All right, so these are two really popular tarot decks, and I just want to talk about them each individually. These are two great decks to get. They actually both come with books for beginners, so I love that. This deck over here is an oracle deck, okay? I will show the difference between an oracle deck and a full 78 tarot deck, but it can get really complicated. But these two are different kind of tarot decks, and that's what I want to point out in this video. This includes the major and lesser arcana. This does not, okay? So if you're a reader and you're using an oracle deck, it is very different than this deck, okay? So this one has words on it, but it's still very visual. I mean, you have to use your intuition in order to read with this deck. Sure, you get clues from the words, but it won't always apply to the person. And that's the difference between someone who can really read and someone who's actually a scammer. A scammer will say, oh, you're an authority figure. A scammer will say, oh, your wishes are going to be fulfilled. That's a fucking scam. Now, if you go over here, you have, this is part of, you know, the major arcana, okay? The lesser arcana includes the cups, the King of Swords, the Ace of Wands, King. Well, it's not really Ace of Wands, blah, 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 because there's a whole deck to this. And, you know, yeah, right, okay? So, King of Pentacles, which means, okay, this is a more complicated deck to read because Wands and Pentacles and Swords and Cups all mean something different. And then you add in the major arcana. Now, if a person was to say, oh, you're going to die if you pull that card, yeah, they're a fucking liar. It's actually representation of, you know, something quickly ending and then something new beginning. It could also mean that you have something that you're wanting to end and you're, yeah, I mean, that can get complicated. You know what I'm saying? Depends on the person. This one, you know, just because you see family on it and a guy with a dog and reminiscent of the past, you know, you got to know how to read the card because that could have so many meanings. It could be wanting a family. It could be indicative to past childhood trauma. Like if it was like this, again, depends on the situation. This guy, money magnet. Okay. This is what some of you guys see when you're looking for that player, that money man, that guy, that's the man you want to date. Don't date him. If it's like this, don't date him, sis. Don't date him. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He look good though. Oh, he look good. Y'all be tempted by him. And then you got her. Okay. Like she's my friend. I like her when I see her. When she's like this, I don't like it. I'd be like, girl, pick yourself up, honey. Pick yourself up. That's my girl. That's yourself. That's your